Hi, just your friendly lice mama here. Today I'm going to talk about head lice and a few myths that I want to talk to you about. One of the things that I keep getting the question on my Facebook page is, does tea tree oil deter lice? And I keep seeing other people saying that it does, but I want to just go ahead and let you know that tea tree oil does not deter head lice. Lice, in fact, are not fazed by it. But in addition, tea tree oil can actually dry out your scalp and cause you to have really bad dandruff. So not the best ingredient to purchase for treating or preventing head lice. And then I get other questions about peppermint oil and things like that. Mint, it is definitely a deterrent, but you have to be careful with kids under a certain age not to put it on their scalp because it could be harmful for them. I do sell in my shop, www.goneforgoodheadlice.com. We do sell items that are safe and non-toxic for kids, and there is a spray in there, and it has a couple of different essential oils, and they've been shown to have a 92 to a 96% of deterring head lice. This combination is a good combination, and while it's not 100%, it is something. And I would, I've said it before, I would rather my kids have a 96% chance of not getting head lice than a 100% of getting head lice. So the other thing that I wanted to highlight again is I've showed you guys the combs before, but having a proper lice comb is super important to early detection. And if you have a comb, a proper lice comb, at Gone for Good we sell a Terminator comb that's been clinically proven to pull out 300 times more nits than the combs that you can get from the store. And I'm going to put this close up so that you can see the micro grooves in here versus this one where there's a lot of spacing and no micro grooves. So we have clinical studies that have been done on this comb to show that it can pull out 300 times more nits, and nits are what get people in trouble. Nits are the reason people get a reinfestation. It's not that it's a reinfestation, it's that they never got rid of them the first time. So having a proper comb is super important. You're not going to find this in stores. I do sell this online as well, and we do ship. So if you would like to make this purchase as part of your back to school item, this is a great purchase to have so that you're not having to make that midnight run to the store and buy a product that doesn't work. So the products that you get from the store have a chemical called parethion in it, and this chemical has been used for a long time, and it's never changed. And this chemical is what they've become resistant to. This chemical is in not only the products that you find over the counter, but they're also in your prescription drugs. So unfortunately, because of that, none of those products work. People are relying on something to kill lice, and that's not happening. So, and I will also add that there is nothing on the market that's a natural product or a chemical product that can kill head lice. Again, really good information to know. And then the other thing about the products that you get, the chemical products, is they're a pesticide. So if you think about the fact that you spray your home for like roaches and things like that to kill the bugs, that's the same thing as what you're doing with head lice. And I also want to warn everybody out there that there have been some studies recently that have been done that show that kids who have had an overexposure to certain over-the-counter products that have these chemicals in there have shown to have neurological damage. So we want to be really careful. Another myth that I want to bust right now is some people talk about using mayonnaise as a way to smother head lice or kill head lice. That's probably one of the grossest things I've ever seen. having treated a family that had done that the night before, and it smelled disgusting when I got there. So lice feed off of the blood, and so they'll bite the head. And then you've got all these bites over your head. Well, when you use mayonnaise, mayonnaise has raw eggs in there. And so when you put these raw eggs on your head, it can actually give you salmonella. It gets into your bloodstream and it can cause salmonella poisoning. And people have had this happen to them. So everything that I tell you is something that somebody has done and we've seen the reaction from, and it's super dangerous. So do not ever, ever use mayonnaise. And then the other thing is, if a product goes in a car, don't use it. It goes in a car for a reason. It is flammable. It does not belong on your child's or yours head. So no gasoline, no motor oil, none of that. It doesn't belong on your head. It doesn't belong on your body. Make sure that you're staying away from products that are dangerous. We do live in a time and an age where it's a do-it-yourself, era, time frame, and everybody wants to be able to do it themselves, and I totally respect that. I personally love being able to have my own natural remedies, but with lice, this is one area that you kind of want to go with the professionals. You want to go with what's been proven to work, and to prevent and to detect. So I'm going to give you some stats real quick. So in studies, I have my training and certification through Shepherd's Institute, and they have been a leading force in all of the research that we do. They do research on behalf of companies. They do clinical trials, clinical studies. Katie Shepherd, who was the founder of this 20 years ago, she's traveled all over the world collecting lice samples to test them. And what they found is lice have little antenna on them, if you will, and those antenna actually detect blood type. And if you have a blood type that they want or need, then they are very drawn to you and they will come to you. They don't fly, they don't jump, but that hug, that time that you're sitting together with somebody who does, that louse may decide to come to you. It takes a female louse one time to mate, and then she can lay up to 10 eggs a day until the day she dies. And her lifespan is 31 days total, so it's about 200 eggs. So she can do some pretty bad damage by the time she dies. So here's some stats. They did some testing on people who had head lice, and they drew blood and they sent it off to the South Florida blood bank so that they could determine blood type and if it was a factor in people getting head lice. And this is some really neat stuff, and some people may be really grossed out about it, but I think it's fascinating. So for people who have O positive blood, 1 in every 3 people will get head lice. For people who have A positive blood, 1 in every 3 people might get head lice. B positive, 1 in every 12 people. O negative, 1 in every 15 people. A negative, 1 in every 16 people. AB positive, 1 in every 29 people. B negative, 1 in every 67 people, and AB negative, 1 in every 167 people. So for those of you who have O positive and A positive blood, your chances of getting head lice are actually greater. I know that's kind of gross. So my advice to anybody, no matter your blood type, is if you didn't do anything else, then you should absolutely get the comb. This comb right here it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of heartache. And if you'll just have it in your home and you decide that you're going to comb through your child's hair once a week after they've conditioned their hair, then you will have a chance of early detection and then just going straight into treating. And then you don't have to worry about the rest. For those of you who want to use a mint spray or products, then please go to my website. I am offering the best that's out there right now that's proven to be effective. So if y'all have any questions, please feel free to message me on Facebook, message me privately. And if you found this to be helpful, though long, I know that. I really wanted to give you guys some good information here. But if you found this to be helpful, please share this with your friends and your family. We want to educate people about the truth about head lice. I see every day so much misinformation, and I just so badly want to make this right. I want people to know the truth. So like us on Facebook and help us get the word out and help us share these videos. I appreciate everybody for their time in watching this, and I hope y'all have a great night. Thank you so much.